Yeah, what's up, everybody? Before I went to sleep, I wanted to make sure I got a video done and posted, hopefully, by the time everybody got up. I ain't write nothing down, so I got to go off the top. So I'm going to try not to make this too long, but this was the perfect opportunity, the perfect opportunity to explain a few things by myself, the league, things like that. Um, But first, I do want to make sure I apologize to any names that were used at the end part of me and Josh's rant. It was not a personal attack to anybody. It was more or less just using people as a reference, not realizing that we were live and some of that stuff could be perceived the wrong way. So it's not the um, to talk about anybody's financial situation, anything like that. Was just using some of you guys as a reference point. So I do apologize to that. That has no business, being out there on us live video. So please accept that apology. Anybody else that caught the rant, most of the other stuff was more or less pretty accurate, but like I said, a lot of that stuff needs a lot of context, a lot of context to it, because a lot of people don't know how things progress and how we got to where we are now. So I'll try to give a little bit of that if I can. But basically, it's been a long journey. It's been 5 years. I started everything as a fantasy, I guess you can call it. Fantasy that became reality. Had opportunity to build something, basketball wise. And a lot of my close friends made sure that they helped me out. Got some teams together pretty quickly, and that's what we started. Everything that I do, every idea that I had initially, came from all the downfalls and pitfalls and everything that I ran into playing all the numerous leagues around the city, over Aurora or anywhere else. A lot of times there's no communication between players and the people that run them. It's just pretty much you pay, you play, and that's it. Nothing else. No respect given. Referees treat you like dirt. A lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff I tried to, from the start, kind of nip. The everything, like from the payment to the open dialogue between myself and the players. The referees, making sure that they doing the best job that they can, things like that. But that's where it started. The first season went pretty good. I mean, well, minus the refs, 'cause I had to ref myself. But I did I refereed the whole season pretty much by myself. I think minus 1 week, so it was fun. I wasn't able to play, so that was obviously a great start to my own league. But the opportunity was nonetheless still fun. Had very few problems that season. Everything was pretty smooth, and try to build on that. So I use a lot of things that I learned about basketball, whether I watch it from, whatever, and I'm trying to give that experience to players that never have, or possibly never would have, or would have that experience. Stats. I think we started out doing snippets of videos, things like that. A lot of guys don't get that opportunity, so I wanted to do that. The stats came from playing with Dooley, and he swore he had a triple-double every game. Dooley made me realize that keeping stats was probably the best way to go, so that's where that came from. Videos was just kind of like always watching basketball at that time, and just like, man, some people never saw themselves play. So, that I did snippets, that's where that started. Then eventually got to a point where I'm like, well, maybe I can record a little longer, or maybe I can do this. So things progressed. First season, like I said, I had its limitations. Obviously, I'm in a building that doesn't belong to me, so you got to abide by certain guidelines. That league was pretty much free. They paid the membership for the youth center. And that was it, So, second season, I had to charge people to so that way I didn't ref, and so we can get other refs and pay them and stuff like that. So that fee was pretty minimal. It was cool. But the opportunity for different people the next season, I don't know them. Have very little control over these guys, these grown men. Some of them, with reputations, things like that. So that made it more difficult. I'm still in the youth center. They don't want us there, and things like that. So we had a few hiccups here and there in the second season. Again, stuff that I was able to try to hopefully build on. I think we had a couple. I think we had a fight. I know we had a fight toward the end of the season outside of the youth center, and that kind of put a damper on things. During that situation, during that fight, we ended up with a break in between. Kind of hurt the league. Didn't finish the championship, and kind of hurt a little bit. Because it was like it was unnecessary. But again, something I took in, decided to try to learn from, and stuff like that. But after the fight, we was basically suspended for a while. And during the midst of that suspension, one of the young players that we had almost got himself into a situation with a family member of his, and that moment, just knowing that this player that we had in the league, got into a possible situation we could have went to jail for a long time, kind of bothered me. Because I felt like if he was down where he should have been playing the game for his team, he wouldn't have been in that situation, So, that began to start, whereas I'm like, people that's detrimental shouldn't be allowed to play, So that was the mindset going into the next season. And stuff like that is kind of hard for myself because I always want people to play. I don't want people not to play. That's not the goal. I want everyone to play. I want everybody to experience this. So I have to battle myself of hoping that people, grown men, I should say, not people, grown men can behave themselves. Don't have to take everything so personal. Keep basketball. That don't always happen. So, but that's the second season taught me. Just kind of like, try to keep things, in perspective of that. It can end at any time. So third season comes. I don't remember what that fee was. I'm pretty sure it went up because we increased, I think, the number of games played. We increased a lot of stuff that we was providing, things like that. So it went up a little bit. Again, the pricing is generally built around the season. So, I go through the process of balancing the amount of players prospectively playing, which averages out at like eight per team. Divide that by, get a number based on 8 teams, by that 16 by 8 players. At this amount gives us X amount of games, and that's what the money goes. Typically, the playoffs or any other expenses were never added into that fee. That fee was only for the regular season. I don't think anybody ever. I don't know if people realize, know, care. I don't know, but everything else that needs to be paid for or bought has comes from myself. Um, and at that time, I wasn't making a whole lot of money, but that's here or there, you know. But so that's one of the things that's always been there. I always just only charge guys for the regular season, and we try to make the best of it for the playoffs. I always want exciting playoffs. That one and done stuff in other leagues is horrible. You don't get no real competitive situations. You might have a bad game, and it doesn't show much to me. I think that it's more exciting knowing that you take a loss. Can other team really beat you? Things like that. I'm a very competitive person. A lot of y'all might not know that because I have to dial it down a little bit because I am the commissioner of this basketball league. So y'all think it comes with a lot of perks when it doesn't. So I dial back my competition a lot. So a lot of times people don't see it, but I'm a very competitive person. I don't want anything easy. I don't do very much things easy. I make a lot of things complicated, especially for myself. But anyway, third season, I digress, my bad. So the third season comes, like I said, try to take a lot of that stuff from the second season in perspective, raise the price, and things are going smoothly. I hear everything. I tell people, I've talked to people, we got a board set up, of players that have played, friends of mine, whatever. And we talk about things. I talk to the players about what's working, what's not working, and try to mix it in. Now, mind you, like I said, the first season it was all for fun. This was a fantasy that came true. So I didn't think none of that stuff was serious. It was just for fun. Then the first season was cool. Nobody really complained about much. That's what it was. Not realizing that slowly but surely people was taking it more serious. Bragging rights, things like that. Again, I'm only looking at it for fun. I'm not thinking that people gonna make big fusses about some of this stuff, man. So third season comes, then all of a sudden there's more issues. I got people disrespecting the league, people telling people not to play in the league, stuff like that. Then I got people not trying to pay and do a lot of other things. And for me, it's like I can't make everybody have a bad experience based upon a few people, so I had to deal with it. I dealt with it. I tried to mend some of the stuff. I probably catered more than I should have. Did everything that I thought I could do, and none of that stuff ended up not being good enough. So teams was complaining about this, about that, everything, cheating and a bunch of stuff, man. And it's a frustrating season to have to go through that, man. You talk to people don't want to hear nothing that you're saying. They feel like that you're running things the wrong way, stuff like that. So, and then you get to the point where, you're winning, your team is, lost a game or whatever. Then people like, the team, it ain't the fact that y'all that good, it's that they, y'all getting help from the refs or that, whatever. So, then we get to the finals. And, the same stuff that's been bickering and people have been bickering and all that, that stuff's still going. And the crazy part is that doing all that amending and all this, I gave that team a lot of breaks. Half of them didn't pay. Didn't cause a fuss about it. I just kept doing what I had to do. But just issue after issue. And then we get to the point where it's like when we lost, I wasn't mad, which is sad to say it from a player perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I was so concerned about the image of the league at this time that I'm like, it's like sweat coming off. Like whew. They won. Everything should be for cool. Everything's forgiven. Nah. People still didn't say what they said. They, never realizing the disrespect that they was throwing and doing this and that. All this, the slight they was giving. Like a bunch of stuff that kind of, it'll hit you. If you let it. A lot of times people like, that, all that stuff like people not gonna play and do this, and it was just crazy, man. But again, like I said, another situation where I took it and I tried to make better of it. So then I had to get out of the facility that I was in because it was keeping me from progressing. I was only 6 teams. There was that rules. I can't get no fans. I can't build. So that's how we ended up, being blessed with the opportunity to team up with UEC, with Andrew and Cody, and do that. That situation was interesting. Like I said, I had a different mindset of going in of what I was looking for to happen, as well as they probably did. So after initial talks, things took a turn, I guess you can say, after the first game. So that wasn't nobody's fault personally. I don't think it was just more of I think I had a vision and they had a vision, and things just kind of like kept bumping heads. So we got virtually three people that's leading something going a different path, and that again brought new problems. All the problems that I wanted to get away from season 2 and season 3 brought a whole new set of new ones. And people don't look at it that way. People look at it like, oh, this your league. What you say go. And the funny thing about that statement is that I say a lot of things. I say don't do that, and y'all still do it. I say pay on time, y'all pay when y'all want. I say you can't play, but you show up. So it's always interesting hearing people, talk about what they want and what's supposed to happen when it benefits them, which was a lot of in the last season. I think last season probably had to be one of the toughest seasons I had. I think last season almost made me quit everything. Last season was tough for majority of it. I had zero fun last season, zero. Not from my own leadership perspective to the play on the court to how everything was going. It was terrible on every aspect of the world. And I just tried to take it week by week until it got to a point where, like, I felt like the only thing I can do to get people to stop complaining was to step down, So I did that. Funny thing about stepping down was that there was no complaints made that I'm aware of to the guy that took over from me. Not a one. So reflecting on that, I'm like, well, is it me or is it them? Because something's got to be up with that situation. Not really understanding. I'm like, okay, I don't know. So a few weeks go past. People still asking questions. Nobody knows no answers because I created everything. Selfishly, I guess. I pretty much ran everything. I didn't really want to. I just did that because it's hard for me to ask people to do things without paying them. It's hard for me to ask people to do things and they don't do them, and they're not getting paid. So what can I do if they don't do it? So it was tough. So I took the load on, and that was my own fault. But people was asking, everybody, what's going on, what's this and that, and they, most of the questions had to go through me because I had all the answers. So I ended up slowly not getting the title back. But I was back in charge, and right after that, things picked right back where they was at. People started complaining again, and this, that, and the third. But late in the season, a lot of stuff, went crazy. I stuck my foot in a lot of things, trying to be a approachable person. You got problems on the court. We wanted to make sure we amended them as quick as possible. You know, hindsight is 2020. Now I know that probably one of the best course of action, you know. But at the time, I'm always willing to try to just help things, keep things cool, you know, because people are asking, oh, Mo do this, Mo do that. You know, so I'm like, yeah, all right, well, he asked and I helped him, so he should understand that I can help him. It's not how it goes, you know. Guys they want the help, can't help the other next man. That's cheating. You know, I can help you, can't help nobody else. So I don't do that. You know, my whole thing is I try to do it be as fair as I possibly can. If I helped one, I gotta help the other. If I gave you, I give him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really want to give anybody anything, but when I do, I'm honest about it, and I don't play the little middle game. You know, but that's what we got to. You know, every time I did something, somebody, you know, I was cheating or I was doing this, and that's all I was all season. You know, and I don't cheat, man. I don't have to cheat. I don't have to lie. I don't have to steal. I don't do none of that stuff. I'm content being who I am. I'm content being broke. I'm content accepting all the nasty things that people say to me. All that stuff not really that big a deal sometimes. It becomes a big deal when you do for others, and it don't seem like they appreciate it. So toward the end of the season, as teams started getting eliminated, I pretty much got cussed out on everybody exit interview. Pretty much every team that lost, I think, just about said something crazy. Or I argued with somebody on the team about whatever. Because when one did it, you know, it trickled down to everybody else. You know, so whether people convinced that I was this, that, and the third doesn't mean anything. He said it, it must be true. And that's what people did last season. But I have no benefits of cheating, fellas. None. I don't get anything. My teammates don't get anything. They don't get the respect that they deserve being talented ball players, which is bothersome. These guys are solid. You know what I mean? And people feel like they get something because they're on the team with me or I'm on the team with them. That's not the case. You know, these dudes are governed harder than anybody. They can't do a thing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Go back. You can check the records. I see how many of them got the technical. You know, see how many of them say anything to the ref remotely loud. They can't. They won't, because they know that I gotta hit them harder. I gotta hit them with every rule imaginable. They can't do nothing under the table. You know what I'm saying? Because of the optics on it. And that was the sad part about all that, is that they couldn't, and everybody else did. I gave everybody else something but my team. You know what I mean? And none of them ever really said nothing to me personally. I don't know if they ever said nothing. I don't know if they ever cared. But to be put in that position, though, year after year, that's crazy. And then we get to the point last season, I still was a cheater and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it becomes a little hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I'm doing everything imaginable to give y'all what y'all want, no matter what it is. Losing money, putting my own money into it, catering to your little needs. That's the hurtful part. It's not the fact of what you're saying. It's the fact of that I'm doing what I'm doing for you and you don't respect that. So yeah, next interview, cussed out. Next one, cussed out. Then we get to finals again. And, you know, we got a situation all over again. You know, so game's competitive and everything. To be fully disclosed with everything. So everybody understand. Anybody that was there, you know how most of the stuff went down. But one of the refs canceled. And I don't control the referee situation. Didn't control the referee situation. I'm an active player at this moment, so I have very little on court decisions to be making anyway. But we called another ref, and that ref happened to be now we know the wrong ref to be trying to call. And that's kind of where everything went downhill. things didn't go well. The game's closed, and this, that, and the third. And I think somewhere around in there, halftime, I think I started getting cursed out then or whatnot. No, I was just, most of the stuff. I'm a player at that time, so it's not really phasing much. I'm trying to win. We got the final game. And it had been big winning this game. You know what I'm saying? The people that we playing against. Game continues, no problems, and everything. And then get down to the final few plays. Game's good, and one of my teammates, he gets hit, which was pretty obvious, and no call, not a one. They looked at each other, said, "Nah, I ain't see nothing." Game over, and that's how my season ended. I got cussed out, on my way to get cussed out again, and we lose like that. Not nobody came to my rescue. Not anybody gave a damn. We had to accept that loss again. And that was one of the things that hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because the moment anybody on my team go say something to the refs, the moment anybody on my team say anything, they cheat. They got influence from me. No. I don't pay them with my own money, the refs. I pay them with the money that's provided through you guys. With that being said, though, a lot of other stuff transpired after the game. It kind of put the league again in jeopardy because, things went on, and it was, crazy. That was probably the biggest learning experience I think I had doing this. All of those people, that did that. Some was friends, some were mere associates, but it doesn't matter. Personally, it's just like, what was the purpose for all of that? Did you really feel that you was cheated that bad? You know what I'm saying? Am I not entitled to a mistake? Maybe. But truth of the matter is that made me do a lot of more reflecting. I honestly had made a video just like this one, kind of explaining why I was going to end everything and stuff like that, but I never put it out. I just try to see if I can figure out a better way to go about things. And then, and I try not to let things like that harden me. Don't try not to be too stern about things because that's not what this is about. This league isn't about overly addressing rules. It's not about making sure y'all pay a ton of money. It's not about that. After so long, I'm using this. I turned this league into, something for the players. That's the goal. Something for players to call their own. Something for the community at large to be able to say this is something they're part of. You know what I'm saying? And then, it's used for me to network with people I had never seen in my life. It's for other opportunities for other people. I don't think anybody looks and see that the type of individuals that we have that go through this league. People that work for companies, people that own companies, barbers. We got what else? A former, college standouts. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot of different people, that have connections in different locations. You know what I mean? And that's why I want to get everybody together, so that way we can benefit from these. That's part of some of the things that I be trying to do this league for. Not just basketball for me. You know what I mean? It's to bring people together, and things like that. But with all the stuff that happened last season, I came into this season, gentlemen, with the strong idea of being overly prepared. I wanted to be prepared starting out. I swallowed all my pride. I swallowed all the stuff, everything. I didn't ask for nobody to apologize. I didn't take any, I didn't do anything. I swallowed all that. Said nothing ill about anyone. And anybody that did that to me had all the opportunities to return. I personally did not and I didn't try to ban or kick out anybody from the league. I could have, but I didn't. That's not what I'm here for. But that situation made it tougher for me on a grander scale with the partnership with UEC, because then that makes them look bad. So they handle things on their own certain ways, and I just respected it and just went with it. That garnered a whole new set of rules, things like that. So I had to tighten up, the ship a little bit on that behalf, because, they have some liability themselves when things don't go right. And that's not what MLB want to do. We don't want facilities to can't trust us. We don't want facilities not to accept what we're trying to do. It's already hard enough. You know what I'm saying? That people don't want a bunch of dudes running around in their gym anyway. Let alone anybody with a reputation of any nonsense. So we tighten up that stuff. That's what the rules and the waivers and all that stuff. That's where that came from. We just trying to make sure everybody covered, and everything like that. The money and the pricing this season is extravagant for the purpose of to keep people from wanting to do bad things. My thought on that is that if you were to pay $50, even to $100, and most of the players in this league blow that weekly on anything, if you give it only that up to play in the league, I think that's low enough for you to cause issue. You'll blow that $100 like, it's only $100. I get kicked out. $150. Maybe take a step back. You might think like, is it worth it? Do I want to blow this $150? Or do I? So the pricing is kind of to make sure that I want people to pay for the experience. I want people to pay to play. I want people, but I need people that's not just here to disrupt. I've had enough of that. You know what I'm saying? People not looking out, helping me say, hey, bro, don't do that. You don't mess it up for me. No. People sitting back watching the show, enjoying it, not realizing that we lose everything in one swift move. We on the prowl. Most of the other players done gave me all their money. And something happened, I got to find a new location. Don't have one. You know what I'm saying? No one's thinking about that. So that's the pricing thing. And not only that, though, to give you guys a whole lot of games. It's a lot. That's the goal. That's what we do. I hide it, the games behind my real reason. The real reason is just to keep ruckus out. You know what I'm saying? I know a bunch of people that walk around money in their pocket like crazy, and we're just like, oh man, hey man, let me come play in here with dude. You know what I'm saying? Let me just come in and play. Let me experience this. Let's see what's going on. And first thing, it's time they get foul hard, they slap somebody upside the head. Come on, man, we gotta be better than that. You know what I'm saying? That's what the responsibility on the captains was supposed to be about. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that if you bring somebody in that's crazy, you know what I'm saying, and they get tossed, you got to go with them. Stuff like that. I don't want to hold on to that kind of stuff, man. That's not the goal. I don't want to be harking on the rules all the time. The idea is just to put the mindset in your head to say, man, look, you're right. I do need to go ahead on and make sure that I'm respecting what's going on. That's all it's for. It's not for me to be enforcing, fellas. That's not the type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? They're mere guidelines for the most part. So that's where these ideas come from, man. It's not for me to be a hard ass on y'all. I'm trying to have fun. So that's where the pricing came from. You know, for the most part, like I said, this season had a lot of changes. Still making them slowly. Still trying to figure it out, man. I honestly didn't think that we would be this strong or this serious about all this early. That was a 10-year plan for me. I thought we're gonna have fun for a long time. By the time half of us retire, things have been getting serious. I'd had everything sorted out. It's not the case. So since you guys taking it serious, I do. I'm willing to pay. Personally, if I had the money, I'd pay for all y'all my damn self. I would. But unfortunately, I cannot. And at the same time, it kind of contradicts the idea of me keeping, bad people out. So, I do what I can. The rules fellas, are going to be broken. They're going to be bent more or less. I'm not going to accept anyone abusing them. With all the stuff that I've been through, people put me through, and it's the same people, we're not going to do that. I'll listen to you and everything. People, it's not going to go too far. The captains know it's a chain of command anyway. I don't really want to talk to the players, especially during the game. I'm focused. I got stuff to do. Not only am I a player, but I got, other things I need to be doing, talking to other people. I'm trying to get another team in. I got stuff to be doing, not to be sitting and listening to y'all continue to complain. Most of which, still got stuff that ain't been done that I've asked for them to do. And I don't want to hark on the money. The money is not the problem, gentlemen. That's not the problem. It's never about the money. It is the mere principle of the fact that you can continue to come and not pay. You know what I'm saying? That's the part about the money that bothers me. Not only that you're not paying, that you feel like you don't pay, and yet you can complain. Now that's not saying that you're not gonna pay. That's not saying that. I'm talking about at that particular moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like put yourself in my shoes. You done paid for many people over the last few seasons. You still putting your own money into it. Mind you, I offer most of I'm gonna offer everybody, the opportunity to order fan shirts. Where did y'all think that money was coming from? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm trying to give, not take. That's not the goal. But that's the whole thing about the money, man. It's just the principle behind it. I want everybody to pay their dues so we can keep things rolling nice and smooth. Like, not to be sitting there like, oh, this man ain't got it. Listen, bro, if you ain't got it, holler at me. It's not. The captains already know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, just holler at me. Let me know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The league, MLB, has personally paid for quite a few people already. You know what I'm saying? We have no problems with that if you got a problem. We ain't got no problem with accepting, a payment plan. We have a problem with people coming to play, causing problems, and ain't trying to pay. You know what I'm saying? We got a problem with people playing and not wanting to pay at all. Come get a few rent games and like, oh, this ain't for me. Testing the product out, or they don't like the team that they own, or the coaching, or whatever, and they dip. You know what I'm saying? That ain't fair to the man that paid. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So I don't really want to keep, talking about the whole money thing, because it's not that. I'm not bent out of shape about no bread. That's gonna get there. It's not. The thing for me is that I don't want to be swindled again. That's all it is for me, man. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, I got you. Come on, man. Like, come on. How am I supposed to take that? You know what I'm saying? We barely know each other, man. I can only take you for your word. And then when you ain't got it, you come in, you dress up, you play, and pew, you back out the door. No, my bad, bro. I got you again. I would honestly accept you to keep lying to me. I wouldn't even, bro. I would be okay with that. I was like, all right, thank you for the thought. And I'm like, I'm decent, fam. You did that all the way through the season. I'm gonna just keep sending out the messages to the captain, same way. They gonna keep telling y'all they need the money. And that'd have been the end of the story. That's truthfully what would have happened. But after talking to Josh and everything on camera, it's just kind of like, things don't sound that way. I know I rewatched a little bit of it. It sounds bad. It sounds like my concern is the money, or it sounds like, I'm griping on you guys. I'm not. I just want people to do what they got to do, man, so I can do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I really just intended not to be spending money on players unnecessarily this season. I'm expecting that by this time of the season, I got, fans in there out in the stands with y'all shirts on. I got y'all suited and booted in the shirts that I expected y'all to have. Not the ones that most of y'all have now, but, the ones I expected y'all to have. That was the goal, man. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to turn this thing into something special. And I take all my faults and all my responsibilities for not allowing myself to get help, not ask for help, to keep letting y'all more or less walk over me. You know what I mean? Like, that's all my fault. But that ship is pretty much gone to sail. You know what I'm saying? Whether y'all like it or not, it's at the point where, like, the rules are going to be strong, and now we have to abide by them. I'm appreciative of some of the rules that y'all are still abiding by. I ain't smelled no weed yet. Positive. I'm talking about through and through, because that's all I smelled last season. I'm so grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? I ever had too many arguments yet? Grateful, fellas. I'm like, bro, that's cool. I shouldn't have to be happy about these things, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should come to territory, man. You shouldn't be arguing every game. It's basketball. No one's cheating you. The refs make mistakes. Players hit you hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chill out. But it's supposed to be a fun season, man. That's my goal. I had a good time last game talking crazy to the young guys. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed, cussing one of the refs out, him ignoring me. I enjoyed that. I haven't had that in a long time. I want to continue to do that personally. This is going to be a season I enjoyed myself. If I got to be out there playing by myself, it is what it is, man. But I'm going to be happy this season, through and through. And I let Josh kind of get the best of me. That was my fault. I get real irritated fast when I get accused of cheating or doing something, and when I know for a fact that everybody gets the same opportunities. You know what I mean? And those who don't abuse the system, they get a little more leniency, I guess you can say. But I don't know, man. This was longer than I wanted it to be. Like I said, y'all don't know me. I barely know some of y'all. Without writing this stuff down, I'll be everywhere. But for the most part, though, I'm not the type of individual that some of y'all think that I am. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm a straight up and down decent dude. You know what I'm saying? Money don't influence me, never has, never will. I don't care about any of that. I care about y'all. I care about my league. Our league, I should say. My apologies. I care about that. You know what I'm saying? I care about networking with y'all. I care about giving back to the community. I want to give people opportunities they never had any. People reach out to me about coaching opportunities and whatever. You know what I'm saying? MOB was the abbreviation, to some of y'all don't know. My bad. I should have probably opened that with that. The initials of myself, Orlando, and Brent. These are the two guys that, that I started this whole thing concept with at the time. It actually was only supposed to start as a training moniker. We was gonna go out and train some, high school kids or whatever the case may be. Shooting and dribbling or whatever the case may be. And then it turned into, like I had to put something behind it. I can't call it, MLB. Just it was a little fun. Men of basketball. That's what the three of us were. Then it becomes that's what all of us are. In some form. A lot of us, half the league has pretty decent IQ. So between every person that's ever played in this league can give something back in basketball. So if something comes up, we are men of basketball. We are men that can do anything you ask for basketball-wise. Set up a program, do some training, coach, do whatever. We have somebody in the league that fits every bill somewhere. That's where it comes from. That's what it is. And that's why it's y'all league. All I need y'all to do, man, is help me make it the best that it can be. And we're going to get to high places together. Probably left a few things out, man, but just want to give y'all a little bit of background. I was everywhere. Apologies, it's like 3 a.m. I got to get up in a couple of hours. But I want to make sure I got something out. Because I don't want nobody to feel offended. I don't want nobody thinking I'm chasing dollars. I must disclose, I do not profit. Repeat, I do not profit from this league. Never have. Probably likely never will. Full disclosure. Also with the payment, a few dollars was supposed to go to myself, and a few dollars was supposed to go to one of my partners. Any money that I received was going to go instantly back into the league, which would have been able to pay for people that didn't pay, or shirts, ball racks, whatever. I personally was hoping to pay the volunteers when they come out. I was hoping to be able to also go out and do some things in the community. Whatever money we get from the fines that some of you guys don't want to pay, that money is going to go to a good cause, one way or another, and whatever's left over from anything in the season, just give it to the winning team. That's pretty much it. I don't need it. I don't want it, man. That's it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Everything I want to do is ain't going to be in the name of MLB through y'all. You know what I'm saying? The guys that we paid for, you know what I'm saying? We paid for a few people already. Little do y'all know. You know what I'm saying? A couple young guys are going through some situations. We paid for a couple of them young fellas. You know what I'm saying? Even a couple of you older guys, man, going through something. Some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? We paid for that already. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all already did that. Unaware, of course, I'm sorry. But I don't feel like, y'all, like, that's just what we did. When I do something for people, I say we did that. Not I. I didn't do anything. The players did. So we trying to. I'm out here in the community, man, trying to do what we can. This league is just the start of things that I'm trying to do with y'all. I'm trying to use y'all for any avenue that I can, whether it's for myself beneficially or anybody next to me or next to you. But we will prosper. People that want to be a part of this, man, you should find yourself and get out. Because personally, I don't have the patience every week to babysit. I love competitive arguing. I love talking loudly. Like, that's part of the basketball I know. Fighting and all that, I ain't with that. But I don't care. I don't care about you getting texts. I don't care about you talking crazy to the refs. You should. You feel cheated? Holler at the ref. You should. You should get every tech that you can get. You should also understand there's consequences. Fines. You get too many texts, you get a game suspension. Whatever, man. Like, there are consequences. Accept them. Be like, cool, I earned it. So, it's up to y'all, man. It's here for you. I'm here for you. I'm an open book, man. I do anything for anybody. Like I said, some of y'all might not know that. But instead of coming over and talking to me about problems, you just come holler at me about, what we can do together. Get to know me a little bit or something. Because I definitely want to try to get to know some of y'all. And any of y'all that catch this video that ain't been on the torch, I need y'all to come through. I know you guys want to be a part of this, man. Y'all can't fool me. Y'all wouldn't be here every season. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real. All right, let's make this happen, man. All right, appreciate y'all.